Tune in one.
I can't think.
Trains and boats and planes. I've got 4 days and counting. Oh, it said it can't stream to Facebook. Okay, I can't do anything about that. Right, we'll let the music play for a little bit and then wait for people to come in. Smile, Laurie, you look lovely when you smile.
Yes, Laurie, smile for me. Smile for me. You are a very funny, handsome man. Please smile for me.
There's a reason I live on my own. So I don't have to put up with this nonsense.
You don't have to put up with the nonsense. I love it.
Oh dear.
I don't understand what's happening. It's not streaming this to my
Facebook
page for some reason.
Oh, that's strange.
Okay. So I'll turn that off. That was played because trains and boats and planes, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing as of Friday. Welcome to anybody that's joined us. Please do let me know who you are and say hello. And I'm just going to have a little fiddle here because I don't know, we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. Have you ever had that issue before, Laurie or Karen or Bruno?
Yeah, you might have to refresh the permissions in StreamYard. They do expire after a while.
I did that today, actually.
Okay.
Oh, so here we are. Eva's on. Eva's here. Hi, Eva.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, we've got people coming on now.
That's good. That's good. Save the changes.
It might be because you played music, Val.
Oh no. That'll come after the event. But anyway, that's okay. I chose something really old, thinking that they would be okay. So Eva Rish is on here. Welcome. And I'm joined tonight by the lovely Karen Wood. Say hello, Karen.
Hello, everyone.
The even lovelier Laurie. And the even lovelier Bruno. And it's exciting because in 9 days time, Karen, you're working with me.
Woo-hoo! Yes, I know, it's exciting. Wales.
In Welsh Wales. I'm really excited about that. So and looking how lovely to see you this moment. Yep. Okay, good morning to you as well. So okay, it's been, I don't know about you, but it's been a really hectic few days for me, or few weeks. I've been teaching, doing shows, lots and lots of traveling, going here and then 3 hours there and another 3 hours there, and teaching online in America, which was wonderful. I really, really enjoyed that. That was a very new experience for me. And I've still this week, my live tonight, teaching Wednesday, and I haven't even packed a suitcase yet.
Yeah,
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
I know the feeling. Yeah.
Always leave it to the last minute. But anyway, it'll get there and it'll happen eventually. So, but I'm really, really looking forward to Derek Spall. Hello. I've not seen your name before, Derek or Rish. So where are you from? I don't know whether they're connected to you, Laurie, or I'm not sure. They are.
Derek is a medium from the UK. So
hello, yes. Derek, medium from the UK. Nice to connect with you. Did you say Rish was your connection, Laurie?
Yes. Yeah, I've shared it now onto my timeline and the church page as well.
Oh, well done.
Those people can now watch live and join in with the chat.
Fantastic. And what I did was, what was that, Karen?
I said, that's good.
Yeah. What I did as well was I shared it to a lot of groups in the UK, ready for my arrival. Yeah. So, which is exciting. I can't believe I'm coming. It's so exciting. And it's been 4 years since I was in the UK. It's such a long time. But I'm really, really looking forward to that. So if anybody's got any questions, please post your questions. Oh, thank you, Eva, for sharing it. That's really lovely. So if anybody's got any questions or any names for healing, please let us know, because all the names will go in my beautiful healing book. And I'm so excited because I'm actually going to go to Hever Castle and get another one of these books when I'm over. Because that's where this comes from. So, and we all know that healing works. It's such an important part of the work that we do, isn't it? A reading is healing, and it's not just about giving somebody healing. It's the connection to loved ones is such it's such an incredible thing, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
It most definitely is.
yeah. We've got the most amazing thunderstorm going on around here, so I'm hoping I keep you. It's going on all the way around. It's quite big. So tell us what you've been all up to. Let me know what you've all been up to. You've had lots going on at your place, Laurie. You always have, though, haven't you?
Yes, there has been lots and lots going on, which is absolutely. Sorry, I've just got, that's it, that's better. Where I was sharing it, I've got a replay of the voices, and I'm thinking somebody talking to me. Yes, anyway, hello, back again. Yeah, lots going on, church very busy. We had a little fundraiser day yesterday for a local homeless charity. We raised just over £200, so that was quite nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah, lots of things coming off, and of course, looking forward to seeing you two lovely ladies with us later on in the month for workshops, readings, demonstration, divine service, and of course, we have the lovely Bruno with us virtually on Saturday night.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, well done, Bruno.
Yeah.
Apparently we have a date. So
Yeah.
Apparently we have a date.
I think your church, Laurie, I always talk about your church because I have to say this because it's very inspiring. Because throughout lockdown, you created this virtual community, and you do so much, and it's amazing to see. I love seeing all your posts about all what you're doing, and I think you and your team that run the church have been an inspiration to to getting people in the doors again after lockdown, and what you do, and inviting people from all over the world to come and visit Paul. So it's become a little bit of a spiritual landmark, which is wonderful.
Yeah, thank you very much, Karen. And we're returning as well this coming weekend, presenting a Zoom divine service. We stream our services live, which is always gratefully received, as long as the medium's comfortable. If they're not comfortable, that's not a problem. We don't stream, no issue there whatsoever. But we're going to reintroduce the Zoom services on Sunday nights because we've made so many wonderful links right across the world. And we're going to do them slightly differently. We're going to use Zoom a little bit more of its potential because I think sometimes it's underused. Bringing in different guests to do the prayer, the healing, the philosophy, the evidential mediumship, and just making it more of a proper electronic church, because I think this is part of the way forward. We've got to look at the electronic church because it's never ever going to go away. So we have seen it sometimes. You're invited on to do an evening, and it's sort of like, well, here's Lawrence. Off you go. You've got an hour and a half of mediumship to do. Well, number one, I don't want to do an hour and a half of mediumship. Number two, I want to bring in some of the philosophy, some of the teachings of spiritualism.
Yeah.
So we're just going to try out a few different formats to see how it's received, how it works with the demonstrators as well. So that's exciting.
It is.
That is brilliant, and that's something that Brett did with the Sydney, the Newtown Church, and of course you've been on his service with us, Laurie, haven't you?
Yeah.
But that's what he did. He brought it. We couldn't do the church service in the hall, so we brought it online. And then when we were actually able to go into some of the churches, he was still doing it in the church, but also streaming it as well. So I think you're right. I think it is a thing of the future, and it's going to be here for forever, I reckon.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it is a wonderful tool to reach people. And as Karen said, the demonstrators we've been having here, including your lovely selves, and Bruno yet to be. You're not getting away with it, Bruno. But yeah, we've had some amazing people. And next year's Lyceum, not Lyceum, Rally Day is going to be a full-day event. And we've got Frederick from Sweden, Ewan coming down from Scotland, Monique Backer over from the Netherlands, and my soulmate, Jack and Lola, coming over from Denmark.
Oh, wonderful.
So, and none of this would have happened had we not gone out online. We would have still been in our little bubble, to coin the phrase of the day. So it's, and like everything is a two-edged sword, isn't it? You know, whatever good it brings in, there is also, as you were saying beforehand, Val, the blocking feature has to be used occasionally, because just some people, and I always say, you know what, we're like notes on a piano. There's nothing wrong with the individual notes, just they don't go together sometimes, and that's fine.
That's
we
right.
recognize that and let it go. Great.
Yeah. My ex-husband was a musician, and he said some jazz music was like squeaky gate music. So I can just hear squeaky gates with what you're talking about. That's quite interesting. So we've got Gail and Elspeth that have joined us. When is your rally next year, Laurie?
That's on the spring bank holiday in the UK. So that's the last weekend of May, the last weekend of May. But as I say, it's a 4-day event. So there's workshops going on, private sittings, DEM, the service, and of course the rally, where everybody gets up and talks about their passion in spiritualism, covering different topics. So it's a great fun day. But this time, as I said, because we got people coming in from all over Europe, then we said, right, we'll make it a full 4-day weekend with lots going on. But I'm going to be careful this year, because I think I overtaxed the demonstrators this year, because they did a divine service at 10. They did the rally from 12, and then we did a DEM in the evening, and it was a long old day. We were working from 10 in the morning till gone 9 at night, and I just thought, bit too much.
Well, I was just going to say, can anybody come over from Australia too?
Oh, you never know. Yes, we have. I've secured an Airbnb house nearby, 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom. So that's all the demonstrators.
Oh, wow.
Will be in there.
Oh, wow.
Of course, that leaves a spare room back at the church.
Well, I might be over in May, actually.
Oh,
so if I am, I will come and join you. That would be really lovely.
That would be wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll have to drag Bruno over as well.
Of course, I'm going.
Hello, Chris. Nice to see you. Chris must be somebody you know, Karen. He said hello, Karen.
Yes, hello, Chris. Oh, he's lovely. He's a lovely man and a lovely medium as well. Really nice. I met Chris at Spirit Quest in February this year. Lovely to see him join us. That is nice.
There you go. Oh, well, that's good, Laurie, that you've got something like that happening. You do that every year, do you?
This is the 2nd year it's run, and the response has been overwhelming, because, you know, people are looking. We've all had that evidence that life goes on. And I know, as evidential mediums, it's our job to keep going out there and continue to deliver that evidence. But what's next? You know, what once somebody's had that evidence, what comes next? So it's starting to introduce people to the things of personal development, which is a very hot topic here with myself at the moment. Not going out to seek what gifts I can do with the spirit, but actually going in and talking to my soul and finding that personal development basis. But also understanding and getting to grips with the history and the philosophy of spiritualism. And these are topics which are sometimes just sort of like you must have had it when you've done a service. Only 10 minutes for the philosophy because they only want the mediumship. Yeah.
Yep.
I would love to know who these they are when it's quoted to me. And who are they? Have you ever spoken to they? Because the philosophy starts to deliver that soul food.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, the evidence, you know, when you've got an experienced and competent demonstrator and they actually bring that presence of spirit through, you can't put a value upon it. But why does spirit come back to us? You know, to teach us that, you know, this life is unique. This life, our true home is in the spirit world.
Yeah.
So here, if you look at here, this life as being a bit of a holiday, and I know sometimes it can be a disastrous holiday, but never mind. This is the holiday where your baggage doesn't turn up, the hotel's not finished, there's a typhoon forecast, but never mind. But this life is sort of like a holiday, so you're here to learn as much as you can. You know, if you go anywhere, what's the first thing we do? You know, we book up on all the trips. We want to go and see the ruins. We want to go and see the town. We want to get into the culture. And to me, that's what this life's about. We're here on this jaunt, and it's up to us to find out as much as we can. But of course, we've got to base that on our keystone, which is us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we work on developing the facets of mediumship and healing, philosophy, etc. But I'm just getting more and more drawn now to this personal development and getting that grounding over to people, because I see a lot of personal development is, you know, come and develop your personal development, communicate with your loved ones. I'm like, no. You don't need to be talking to loved ones. You don't need to be searching out. You want to be looking in and finding that awareness and that grounding. You know, we've all done it on our developmental journeys, haven't we? Well, I hope so. Otherwise, it's just me being weird again.
I agree with you, Laurie.
Mhm.
My personal development is, well, personal development's continuous, isn't it? You know, it just it never stops. But I think it's really important that we sort of look at ourselves, especially when we discover maybe that we have a gift of mediumship, or you know, and whether it be healing medium, demonstrating medium, or whatever. I just think that's really, really important, and I stress this a lot in my groups and who I teach. And another thing, how you can stretch yourself and look at things, is to talk, is to discuss subjects, is to in my group we have something which I call Philosophy Corner, and I get a passage or a quote or a word or something that's happened, and we talk about it, and we listen, and you listen to other people's points of views, and we have a lovely discussion group about it. And I think that's really important as well, because by discussing things, you're actually looking at your own philosophy and how you feel about things and how things have touched you and how things have moved you on in this life that we're all in. So it's not just about jumping up on the platform and giving messages, even though that's a very big part of it, and it's a wonderful thing to do, and that can change someone's life, and I know that I've seen it happen many times. But I think once we're in those doors of a spiritualist church, I don't know about, I mean, Val and I were in the same spiritualist church at the same time, and it changed us, didn't it, Val? It changed the way we looked at things. It changed the way we dealt with situations in our personal lives. And it's always been my spiritualism has always been very personal to me, and it's my journey, and everybody will find their own way and their own journey when they come in through those doors, into a Zoom room, into a church, or wherever, you know, and that's important.
And one of the things that I've actually wrote down is that when we go through, you said this holiday that we have here, Laurie, and it's not always a holiday. And what are we doing? We're actually creating memories. And I love that. I mean, creating memories for the people who are here. And then when we do eventually go to the spirit world, those are memories that can be shared with loved ones from the spirit world. And I think that is so important. You know, I call them the golden nuggets when people come out with a real, oh my goodness me, how did you know that? But I think that is really, really important. So we're creating, every day we're creating memories. But what I really don't like, so we've got Angela Foster on here as well tonight. That's really lovely. Gail and Derek, thank you for all your lovely comments, by the way. But I forgot what I was going to say now. But yeah, we're creating the memories so we can share them. But it's really important that we're not just creating the memories for when we go to the spirit world and then reconnect, but we're creating the memories while we're here. I think that's important. People forget that.
Yeah. And we want to create good memories, don't we?
Well, hopefully.
You know, we want that eulogy to ring out full of love and care and compassion, not, oh God, he was a miserable old so-and-so and nobody liked him. You make good riddance.
Yeah.
Nobody loved you. They only hung around you because they wanted to get something from you. Off you go.
Another thing that's important is, you know, what people have got to understand is when our loved ones go to the spirit world, they want us to continue our lives making those memories.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you were in the church on this particular time, Val, but this has always stayed with me. There was a medium, he's in the spirit world himself now, called Arthur Clarke, that came to West Wickham Church. And there was a father and son sitting in front of me. And I think, I can't remember who was next to me, but it was such an emotional evening because it was more or less the last message of the night. And his wife and obviously the little lad's mother came through, and she was telling them to book the holiday to Florida. And Arthur Clarke said that the travel brochures were still sitting by the side of the sofa, and the love that came through, you know, the feeling of love was throughout the room. In fact, I had tears down my face because it was just so emotional, the message that she gave to her husband and her son. And you know, don't mourn me, live for me. And I think, you know, that's an important message that the spirit world come to say. You know, do all the things that you don't sit in the armchair and just sit and watch the telly. Go out and make more memories for yourselves and do all the things that we spoke about when I was here. Celebration, you know, celebrate your life, celebrate me, you know, in the spirit world. I think that's important.
I never want to be one of those messages that we have where they come back and say, I'm sorry I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know, and I said, I'm not going to be one of those messages.
Yeah.
My message is, I'm glad I did and I told you so.
I'm glad I
tell you what, I'm going to let you talk amongst yourselves a minute, because for some reason my battery everything's going wrong tonight, and apparently somebody just said it's Mercury retrograde. My plug is plugged in, my battery is plugged in, and it's saying you're going to run out of battery in a second. So I'm just going to sort that out.
Oh, okay. Okay. We'll just chat amongst ourselves and see all the people that are. We got quite a lot of people on. Hello, everybody. It's nice to see you all on. So, what are your thoughts, Bruno? What are your thoughts?
Hello, Bruno.
Hello. Here is the immigration department, or like I want to say, the spiritual immigrant department. I totally understand what you're saying. It's all about the memories, and I love philosophy. One of the things that I do when I do group demonstrations, it's if the group starts at 4 o'clock, for example, at 2 or 3 o'clock, I'm already there, and I'm doing automatic writing, and then or spirit writing, and then I deliver in the end. I deliver each like individual message to everyone, and then all the messages, it's full of philosophy and love, because it's philosophy and love. And then what you said about people need to understand that when when our loved ones come here, they are always here with us, full of love. Recently, like this past weekend, I went to do a group demonstration and to celebrate my sister's passing, because my sister had to pass for me to then to explore, accept this journey, the spiritual journey, and then to, okay, so let's do this. And on the 26th, 2 days ago, was the 9th anniversary of her passing. So it was actually very nice way to celebrate. And 2 ladies went there for the group demonstration, and they went full black dress, okay, and heavy. And one of them was really scared about how no, this is really scared, when there's that's not the correct way of feeling this way, feeling the sessions. And then one of the message, a father came through and spoke to the daughter and said, "I'm fine." And I said, your father says that he's fine. I believe he's not. So your father says that you did everything that you had to do. I believe I didn't. Okay. And everything that the father came to say, she was going to deny it, because her pain is so much pain that the comfort zone for her, it's a discomfort. It's like no, I'm bad. No, this is my fault. This is my fault. This is my fault. And those ones, so these ladies are the ones that are really I suffer for them.
Yes,
I have them in a special place on my heart, because they go to a session, they go to a demonstration to get some grief, and to understand that the death doesn't exist, and they're always here with us. But then it's like, so your father says he's fine. I believe he's not. And it's sad. And so you know that you can talk about it at home. No, you can't. We can't, because at home we don't talk about it. At home we only talk about good things. And when you don't talk about our loved ones, we are excluding them, and we can't exclude our loved ones. They are part of us.
Yeah,
very much so. I love talking about my parents, and I'm always saying, using my mum's expressions, some of the things that she used to say.
You are honored. You are
absolutely, absolutely. And
but that's the healthy way. It's the unhealthy way of that. What I used to say, it's like imagining birthdays or Christmas or special events. So imagine we are the 4 of us. We are going to have dinner, and then imagine that no, put the extra plate for my sister. That's not healthy. What I like to say, it's like, let's put another plate for whatever and whoever wants to come, and then in that way we are including everyone. We are not just that one. And this will happen with my mom. My mom was like, "Oh, your sister." It's not only her, and you are not allowing yourself to heal. And when you have this change of mindset, we allow ourselves to heal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's very important for the grieving process is very hard, and we all go through it at different. Everybody goes through it in different ways.
Exactly.
I always refer to it. If grief was an object, it would be a mountain, because we look at it and we can't climb over it. We can't go around it. It's one of those things. We can't go through it. The only way we've got to take it step at a time and climb up that mountain. And sometimes we slip back, and sometimes we have to go back again. And it's very, very hard. And no one's grief is the same. Everybody deals it.
No.
And when
I was going to say, do you know what I hate is people say, "Oh, for goodness sake, get over it. You shouldn't be grieving. Get over it." And it just makes me so angry, because your grief, as you said, Karen, is personal, and it could last a whole lifetime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have people that their parents passed away 20 years ago, and they still weren't capable of doing it, because it's painful to do it. And sometimes, I can't go there because it's too painful. So tomorrow I start. But tomorrow it's 20 years from now.
There's still times when a few years ago, I went back to Italy, and I took William, my son, to Italy, and I went to Sorrento, which was the same place that we had a big family holiday when I was about the same age. I was about 14, and I think William was about 15 when I took him. And we went. There were so many memories of the holiday that we had, which was a long time ago. You know, when I was a teenager, and we went up to the top of Capri. And when I got up to the top, the memory was I could remember the photograph of me and my dad standing in exactly the same spot and going on the little cable car and things like that. And I was just there. I was just remembered those moments. But yes, it did make me a little bit emotional. But the way I look at it now is, you know, I've got those memories, and I was able to take William, my son, back to Sorrento, and we went to Pompeii, and I went to Pompeii with my mum. And it's all those wonderful memories that we make, and you treasure them forever. You know, they're very important.
Yeah. And then those are the lovely classic things. If somebody says, "Oh, by the way, I'm seeing you at the top of the mountain in Capri, and I can see you looking out over, and you've got them standing," that's just beautiful, isn't it? It's really lovely.
It is.
Yeah, I was doing a psychic fair yesterday, and I did it to support a friend of mine because I don't like psychic fairs. But I opened the show, and I was doing messages, and the one bit of information that I gave to this lady was I brought her husband through, and it was lots of information, and she was sitting there with tears, and she was obviously really affected. And he went through a whole load of dates, and he said, before I go, I've got to tell her June. The June is an anniversary between the two of us, and it's really important to the two of us. And we didn't have time to go through that because I had to carry on. And she came up to me afterwards, and she said, June was the month we met. And she said, the trousers that I've got on today were the trousers that I had on that day. And this is the first time I've ever been able to wear them since then because I'd put on so much weight. So she said, to have those trousers on, to have that date, and to have him come through. And she was just so emotional and so touched by that. So it's the simplest of things, but they mean so much, don't they?
They do. They do. Yeah, it is important. Yes. Is your internet all right now? Are you okay?
Well, apparently I've got I tried 6 different plugs, by the way, and nothing worked. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. But I've got a dodgy, and it's a new laptop. So it's a dodgy connection on the actual laptop itself. So that's another job that I've got to do before I leave on Friday.
I don't know. There's not enough hours in the day sometimes, is there? You know, to do all the things that we need to do. Do you think, this is a question, do you think that we get too busy, or do we not have time sometimes just to sit in the silence and just be?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I always say to people, everybody can find 5 minutes in their day. There is no excuse. You know, everybody can find 5 minutes in the day just to sit, free of Facebook, Twitter, and everything else, and all the chatter, and just to sit 5 minutes in a day. We can all do that.
I think it's in. I think
yes, Laurie.
Really.
I think it's important, and I've been trying to do it more. Just sit, you know, and just connect with myself. I have to do it when the other half's not around, when he's out.
Yeah,
but yes. But
I don't even have that excuse because I'm on my own, but I'm still so busy. But anyway, it's all good, and I'm usually looking after the little ones as well, so I'm not complaining about that. So we've got Elizabeth on, and we've got Anna, and sitting outdoors in nature. Do you say you are a psychic or a spiritualist medium? Oh, I'm definitely a spiritualist medium.
Me too, definitely.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. I used to call myself a psychic medium, and then I realized, okay, but I'm actually a spiritualist medium. And it's funny because I was telling somebody the other day, you know, when do you admit that you talk to dead people and that you do this and you're in this religion. And I remember I went to hospital and I had to sign my religion on the hospital papers. And I'd always signed it Church of England, which is what I was. And one day I was really brave and I signed spiritualist. And they actually asked me what that was. So I explained, but I felt so proud of myself and empowered with the fact that I'd actually been honest. And the same as calling yourself a spiritualist medium. I think it's good to be honest about these things.
Definitely. We had the census in the UK a couple of years ago, didn't we? Was it 2021? I think it was. And I did mine online for the first time, because normally you have the reams of forms and somebody come and sit with you and you will fill these forms in. But I did it online, and there was all the religions, and I was looking and it wasn't there, and I had to tick other, and then it didn't come up spirit, and I had to put spiritualist, because it came up spiritual, but it didn't come up spiritualist. So you had to type it in. Yeah.
It's wrong, isn't it, really?
I know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
The only trouble, though, is if you end up in hospital and you do put that on your paperwork, you end up then with all the night nurses going around you going, so you're a medium then?
That happened when my mom had to spend a month in the hospital. So I went to visit her, and while I was there visiting my mom, a nurse appeared. And alongside the nurse, next to the nurse, there was her mother-in-law. And I was like, okay, I'm not working. I'm just here to visit my mom. And then I was there. And then the nurse asked, so, are you the son and what you do? So I'm a medium. Oh, okay, really? And that's, well, okay, so there's a lady next to you, blah, blah, blah. And then she has a needle. Because she was about to stick the needle in my mom, and she has the needle, and she was crying, said, "Oh my God, my mother-in-law! Yes, she died in front of me. Oh my God, I love her." And then I was like, one side of the bed, giving her the message. She was on the other side of the bed. My mom was like this, eating bread, and she was, "Oh my God, so many goosebumps. Oh my God, oh my God." And then she cried. The nurse cried and said, "Oh my God, thank you." And then she left. And when I went to leave, she was talking to the nurses. Okay, so now it's over. So I'm sorry. So I think it was I think, because there's another thing. People think that because we do this, that everything is serious and everything is dark and everything is so. So your grandma is here, and she's very sad. She's not sad. She's not sad, okay? And thank God we do the way we do. I know that, Val, you do your thing, you do your message in a very uplifting way, and that's what the people need. People need to go away, go home better.
Do you know what? I often talk about when we were at the church, Karen, and the lovely mediums used to come on, and they'd be in their suits and their best shirt or frayed collars, and they'd say, "Oh, I have this gentleman here," in a very British BBC accent, and it was really stiff and starchy. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, if ever I get to do this, I'm going to do it with fun and laughter and make it light-hearted. Because you're right, Bruno, it's not serious. It's the most wonderful thing in the world. And having that sense of humor. When somebody dies, they don't lose their sense of humor. Their sense of humor is still there. Yeah. So if they were really quirky and crazy and funny, they've got to come through like that. But if they were miserable old devils, you've got to tell them that as well. So
in April, I was here at home, and then I feel a lady that she appears in spirit, and she passed away with cancer. And basically, the lady appears to tell the story of how she passed and to tell what happened up there when we cross over. And for a few days, for a week or something, I was here in front of the laptop writing, so automatic writing, what she was going to say. And it's about to be our book, mine and Nanda's book. What happened was, all of a sudden, she told me a phrase, amazing, that she's, if people knew how much love and laughter there is in that room when we cross over, because of the amount of guides and loved ones that are there with us. People will stop crying and they'll start laughing and feeling better because, okay, now everyone's fine. But no, people's, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and they're fine. They're happy. They're okay. This is what we do. What we need to do. I had a group when I feel a gentleman appeared, and he was like, he passed away with lung problems. And then I said, okay, so there's a gentleman next to you, and I think it's like friend vibration. Oh, I know. Yeah, and he had a very funny mustache. Oh, I know completely. I know. So he had a wife and 2 kids, right? Yes, yeah. But the thing is, I'm sorry to say this, he was not the wife's mouth that he would like to kiss. Would be yours. And oh my god, really? So basically, the gentleman would appear to flirt again with her, and apparently they'll be their thing. So people think that when we cross over, that we completely change. No, we continue with the same personality.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and if you don't bring them through the same personalities, you're not bringing through the right person. You're not doing your job properly. Exactly. So, and they'll say, well, who on earth was that? So, yeah, interesting. We've got lots of people making comments. Angela said that that's happened to her when she was having an echocardiogram. She said it didn't do much for her blood pressure. She needed to concentrate on Derek says he will never condemn another person's religions or beliefs, and that's a very good thing. Mm-hmm. Rich says perhaps many nurses have had experiences with the spirit world within the hospital. I agree with that. And there's so many nurses that say that I think they still do it. They actually, when somebody dies, they open the window to let the spirit out. And that is something. My mum was a nurse for many, many years, and she said that's what they did. When somebody died, they actually opened the window to let their spirit go. And a lot of them saw the silver cord. Over time, the word dies or dead will dissipate. It should dissipate now, because we don't die, do we? We just continue in a different dimension, in a different way.
It's interesting you say about hospitals, because I can remember when my mum was taken into hospital and she was very ill, and I left her, and she was like, I thought, is she going to last the night? And she went into sort of like the temporary ward before she was going to be put on a main ward. And I walked in to see her the next day, and she was sitting up in bed and she was bright as a button. And I'm thinking, my God, what's happened? Anyway, she said the healers have been in. Well, in some hospitals, they do allow healers to come in, and not everybody wanted it, but my mum used to go to the church with me, and she loved healing. She would always have healing when she could.
I so remember your mum, Karen.
I know.
Tiny lady.
She loved healing, and she would come to the church as much as she could. And she was, and the healing really helped her. It rallied her. It really did. And that particular day, we had such a lovely day together, because she was bright, she was alert, we were talking, we were laughing, and it was so nice to see her bright again after her being so ill. She did, but it was like it gave her a bit of a oomph, a bit of a boost, a bit of a new lease for life. Yeah. Sadly, she deteriorated, but I'll never forget that day. And also, it gave her it sort of rejuvenated her for a little time. And I think that's what healing can do. And I think it should be more in hospitals and because it can help people. And I think it's a very important part of our religion.
Yeah. Well, the other thing about going to the church and having healing, or having healing anywhere, is you're actually mixing with other people who believe what you believe. And that makes a huge difference, doesn't it? It's that community, that knowing that you're not on your own, and that people, that when, we're all of the same belief, that when the physical body dies, the spirit still continues. So I think that's got a lot to do with it as well. Did you start off as a healer, Karen?
I did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. I started doing healing in the church. because it had helped my mum so much. That was the reason why. That's the reason why I wanted to do it. And when Shirley, do you remember Shirley? Val? We actually went to an old folks day centre, which Shirley was involved with. And they allowed us to do an afternoon of healing. So
That's
the
beautiful.
last couple of hours that they would that they were there in the day centre from, I think we got there from about 2 and they finished at 4. We would go into this room and people would come in and they would have healing. But quite often, sometimes they didn't it was interesting. Sometimes people just wanted to talk and they would talk about their lives. They would talk about, the memories. And I would sit and listen, but then I would still be sending them healing while I was sitting and listening. And when you sit and listen to someone and they want to talk, I think that's important as well, because that can be healing too.
Well, it's a bit of reassurance, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit of reassurance. I remember when my granddad died, and about 6 weeks later, my nan, she passed. And I went to see her before she passed. And she was in a nursing home at that time. And she was talking to me about my religion. And she said, do many people believe in what you do? I said, yes. So I said, well, I go. She asked me, what did I do? And I said, I do the churches. And, and she said, are there many churches? Are there many people that, and I said, yes. And I said, and when you go over to the spirit world, I said, Granddad will be there waiting for you. Oh my gosh, she was blind, but she had the biggest smile on her face and she was so reassured. And then 2 weeks later, she died as well. But she knew that it was okay to let go because she was going to be reunited with him. And they've been together since they were about 16, I think. So, and I think they were 86, 87 when they died. So it was a long time. And then to suddenly, but you see that, don't you, a lot with people when they've been together and one of them dies and the other one dies not long after. I've just realized, by the way, that I've come down to find what was wrong with my laptop, and I'm sitting here and I have my washing sitting in the background, so that's why I'm moving my laptop around.
Life goes on even when you're on a live, Val. So we have to do the washing.
Yeah, I know. And I'm so frustrated because of this battery thing. I don't know what it is, but anyway, I'll sort it out. So we've got. We should talk about some of the things that we're doing. I'm super excited because I think there's Pool and the Harlequin. They've just started advertising our event, by the way.
Oh, thank goodness!
And Wales that we're doing together, Karen. And then I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4 things with Jenny. And then I'm really looking forward to Paul and meeting all you crazy people down there, because I think they're all as crazy as you are, aren't they, Lawrence?
I lead by example.
Well, I'm excited. I visited Paul many, many years ago, Laurie. So I'm really excited to be going back and also meeting you. And just seeing the church and being in the church. I'm getting very excited.
It is exciting.
Yeah.
And then I'm also excited about the fact that I'm flying over to Portugal and I will actually get to meet Bruno in person as well.
Yeah.
And we're actually doing 2 shows together, which is lovely. So and then Bruno's going to take us on a sightseeing tour, which is rather exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think you're gonna have too much fun when you go to Portugal. I think you're gonna have too much fun because Bruno sounds like a right blast, and I want to come and meet Bruno too.
Yes. Hello, my name is Bruno. I'm single, looking for a good husband, and I'm very funny. I love hugs. Laurie, it will be a pleasure, but apparently not. And so basically, I'm here. I'm here available. Okay, so. Karen, if you want to come and let's the 3 of us walk towards Lisbon, let's go. I give you that.
Well, I can't come this time, Bruno, but maybe I will come another time because I would love to.
And you come into Australia as well. It's funny. I've just been invited to a wedding, but I'm going to the wedding. I've been invited on my own, and I don't think I know anybody apart from the bride, but they're from a very big Italian family. So
amazing.
You never know. I might find
an amazing time. You really will.
I will. I know, and it's in a beautiful venue as well, which is really lovely. So, what was it? Somebody was singing tonight, and it was a Dean Martin song. When the sun hits the something, la 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 la
That's
la la,
amore.
that's amore. Yes, you never know. But yes, serious side, mediumship, and but look, I think for me, it's important that it's not all doom and gloom, as you've already said. It's got to be the fun, it's got to be the laughter, it's got to be the upliftment, the motivation, and
Yep.
it's about making people feel better. Yes, their loved one's not there with them, but they are, and all you have to do is. And I was going to talk about this. So when we connect with spirit, and I explain it like this to students. I said, you know, when a visitor comes to the front door and they knock the door, and you actually go and open the door, and you go, do I want to talk to you or not? And if you don't, you close the door, and if you do, you say, come on in, and then you sit with them and you talk to them, and you can see what they look like, which is what we have to describe the person, and then you ask them things about themselves, but you're blending that energy together, and you can feel, you know, whether the person feels a nice person or whether they feel a horrible person.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're doing. We're involved. And then when, you know, during our day, I often get spirit around me, and I go, oh, hi, not quite sure who you are, but then they make themselves, or they make me aware of who they are. And then I go, well, what are you here for? Because I've missed something, or I need to know something. But you just have a conversation with them as if they were really still here.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's important. It's important to have a conversation and to share that person's story.
Yeah.
Because,
oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's what I was going to say earlier, because that one of the things that I can't remember, I think it's Chris Drew says, tell their story.
Yes.
And whether somebody's died at the age of 2 or 82, they've got a story. And if they're 82, they've got their childhood, they've got their teenage years, they've got their early married life, and then they've got their divorces and 3 marriages, and then they've got the different types of work that they've done. You know, I was a bus driver, I was a nurse, I was a doctor, whatever. But we've got to tap into all of those little things of theirs, or as much as we can, to do that person justice.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. When you think about somebody that was 82, you know, they weren't always 82. They weren't always a granny. They weren't always sitting down knitting or making apple pies. You know, take my mum, for instance. She drove ambulances. She was an ambulance driver in the war. You know, so they've got an advert at the moment on UK TV, and it says your grandmother was a woman of the 60s. She wore short skirts. She went out dancing. She was a wild child, and that's true. But we don't seem to think further than that, you know. And it's important to try and get the story.
Yeah, and now we're going to end up, or in the next couple of years, we're going to have the grandmas with the purple hair and the piercings and the tattoos, because they don't fit into the old-fashioned grandma.
That's right.
It's so different. Everything's changing all the time.
I got your grandmother here, and she danced on tables, and she had a wonderful life.
My granddaughters would say, "Yeah, that's my nan." Yeah. No, it's great. It is great. So we're coming up to 5:02, and I know Bruno was concerned about time. So why don't you finish us off, Laurie? Not literally, please.
What would you like? How would you like to be finished off, dear?
In a nice, cuddly sort of way.
All right then. Well, we are, as I said, looking forward very much to welcoming you two wonderful ladies here in person, Paul Church. You're over here from the 22nd through to the 24th or 25th. I'm not going to throw you out the minute you finish working. Off you go. But you're starting off on the Friday with private sittings are available. Saturday, we've got 2 workshops on the go. One run by Val for evidential mediumship, and the other one run by Karen for developing your psychic side, which is really important that people understand when they're working psychically. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then you're back to work again at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning, doing the divine service together. and back in the evening for a joint demonstration of mediumship on the Sunday night. So yeah,
What
nice and busy.
What were you saying earlier on about not overworking people?
That's not bad.
Are we doing the Lyceum as well? Are we doing?
Yes, and you're doing the online Lyceum as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And I've just put my my web
There's some
details up.
gardening needs doing.
I'm bringing my tools. Don't worry on my
I'll leave
gardening
that one.
gloves.
I'll leave that one to Val because I'm not a gardener.
All right.
So I've just put the website up because on my website I've got all the events that we are doing. So I'm doing the events with Neil Payne, Karen, Bruno, Laurie, and Jenny Doherty, and we're in Wales, we're in Paignton, Poole, Hampshire, Gosport. The readings are all fully booked, so that can't be. Nobody can get a reading anymore. Yeah, and Portugal, of course, Portugal. And then I'm actually going to go to. I was going to go to Italy, but I'm going to Spain to catch up with somebody who's quite sick. So that'll be really nice to do that. Yeah. So if anybody wants any information, it's all on the website on the events page. So and I'm sure Karen, you've got information up as well. And Bruno, what's happening with your promoting the
well, we're already promoting for a few days now, and people are already booking, so it'll be a very interesting day. I'm thinking that probably I will need to find a translator for the two of us.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I suggested, because I think it's going to be difficult for you to be doing the mediumship and the translating.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe we'll organize that, Bruno. That'd be really great.
No worries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would
So
be
do we need any
probably
translators?
a good gentleman, a very nice gentleman with a lot of knowledge and good translator.
Do we need any translators coming to Poole, Laurie, or are we going to be all right?
No, I think we'll be fine there.
We might need some. We might need translators going to Welsh Wales because they're very Welshy over there, and they all talk like that, and it's really hard to understand them.
Don't worry, Val. I'm used to Wales. I'm going there on Thursday. I'm there for a week. So yeah, I love coming to Wales.
Okay. So are you coming to see me straight from there, aren't you?
Yeah.
And Mum said we can stay there as well. So that's really nice.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's leave it there. And I'm sure I'll organize a live while we're away as well.
Yeah.
And maybe I can do one, or we can do one from Laurie's place and one from Bruno's place.
Yes. Yeah.
That'll be really fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight, and Gratitude enjoyed the discussion. Thank you for a great Monday chat, and thank you for a great morning. Lots of lovely things. So there may be an issue with the Facebook thing tonight. I don't know what's happened with that. I'm going to go and have to check that out now. But I'm sure you've got it on your Facebook page, haven't you, Laurie?
Yeah.
So can you put a link up to your? Oh yeah, if you put a link on there, would that work?
Yeah. Bear with me. Tra-la-la.
He sings as well.
He's a man of many talents, aren't you, Laurie?
Very badly.
I was just going to say, spirits are doing this.
Bear with me. And of course, we're looking forward to talking with the lovely Bruno on Saturday night, 7 p.m. GMT.
That's this Saturday.
On our Lyceum night.
I'll have to watch that on catch up because I'll be with the students in Wales. So
Will be fun. Will be fun.
We have Bruno from Portugal and Ron Cox from Florida. So
how exciting!
Oh, wow, that's a good international mix.
It is.
Yeah, and I know it's just going to be a lot of fun because I know all the characters involved. So, lay off the brandy, Bruno, because
I look forward to catching up with that one.
that's going to be a very lively. Ron's lovely. He is absolutely lovely. And of course, Bruno's just got everything. He's a complete package, isn't he?
Oh my God, thank you. I'm still single.
He's good looking. He's just adorable.
And I'm still single.
Well, no, you're not single. You're being selective.
No. I'm single. I'm never alone because I'm full of dead people here. But no worries. I'm always with dead people, but never with the good one to spoon. But no worries. There'll be one day that
Now you're going to have a blast.
Oh, Bruno, I'm gonna get my tissues as well.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you. All of you. It's always really interesting talking to you all, and
Pleasure.
I will. I'm actually going to put that link. Oh, actually, if you send that link to me as well, Laurie, I can actually put that on my Facebook page, and then maybe people can just go in and link to that, and I'll try and find out what's happened. But yes, thank you very, very much. That's been a really lovely chat evening, even though I've had my washing in here and I've been running around like a headless chicken trying to find a plug that worked. Dear me, talk about these things are sent to try us. But anyway, that's all good. But the next thing is, Karen, I'll be working with you on the 6th, which is really exciting.
Exciting. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll have a chat. We'll have a chat beforehand to sort out times and arrivals and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, Karen. All right. And looking forward to seeing both you guys as well in person, which is really exciting.
Yeah, it'll be wonderful.
Definitely.
Certainly will.
And also, the Harlequin Theatre on the 18th. So that'd be good too.
Yes. I'm excited about going back to the Harlequin because I used to work there all the time when I lived in Reigate. So it will be a lovely. So if anybody wants tickets, there's tickets available at the theatre. But if you go to my website, which is on here, all tickets for all events are on my website on my events page. So you can find anything you want on that page. Okay, well, we'll say goodnight. Thank you for joining us, all of you, and we will see you very, very soon.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye, everybody. Lovely to see you. Bye. Bye.